things now is we're going into the computer age. And there's students in school now that knows more about computers than I do. And the computers is going to be the way to go. I mean, you can learn more on it, and also, you don't have to have a big auditorium when you got the students. All it'll be in the classroom, and they got a screen up in front of them. And whoever's talking can get their message over to the students. And that would be saving money right there. Thanks.
The Board of Education's role, I think, may need to be clarified. The staff runs the school system on a day-to-day basis. The teachers are in the classroom. The teacher assistants are the front runners. The bus drivers are the first ones to see the children in the morning. The cafeteria workers are the ones who keeps the nutrition going in the mornings, and snacks. You take all of that into consideration. That's a family. And this Davie County family is in charge of the day-to-day responsibility. As school board members, we have to approve a budget. We have to engage the community in asking them what they need and want in the school system. We get to adopt a school calendar, but that's even kind of out there because there's so many what ifs. You can't do this, you can't do that. This has to be done by this time. This has to be done by this time from the state. So the school calendar is kind of an iffy thing. We have to make sure our facilities are appropriate. We have to work and advocate for public education. We are a judicial body for hearings in case for suspension or employment issues. We are a keeper of education. We are there to support our teachers and our teacher assistants. That is our goal. What would I feel the ideas that I would have? These ideas came from community. These ideas came from the teachers and the teacher assistants and the parents. And these are the ideas of world-class teaching and learning. That's what we want to provide. And we can do that through our training. High, effective, and inspired educators and staff. To enhance the educational environment. So technology is a key. And it's out there, and we don't need lockers. We need a laptop, or we need an iPad, or we need a screen for universal learning. I don't know if any of you ever had the opportunity to go to one of the schools, elementary schools, and see the interactive board between children in one country and our children there. It's amazing how much they learn. That's the new classroom. Also, we want to expand our community business and higher education collaborations so that we can continue to be a state-of-the-art education county. The Mebane challenge that we had, also the Mebane Scholars, and then also the group of student teachers that we have all over that we attract from different universities who clamor to come to Davie County because of the Mebane group that we put together that has such a support for these student teachers. They want to stay here, they want to come here, they want to learn here because we're a part of teaching and learning. Also, we want to continue our parent engagement. We have the best volunteer and parent groups I think I've seen in the world. They're there for you 24/7, and the parking lots are full of parents. We want to continue that. And we also want to continue to communicate and also work on just getting more information out so everyone can make very wise decisions.
I think you do this in a lot of ways. First, I would start by saying the first thing I'm going to do when I'm keeping the taxpayer in mind, enhancing education, I'm going to talk to the teachers and staff about ideas that they have in making education better and more efficient. But I mean, in other ways that can be done, I would agree with Ms. Owens. You do that through bringing people in via technology. You do that by sending students to places via technology. With a lot of the systems that are in place now, they can communicate visually, by a video with students around the world, and getting experiences that don't cost a lot of money. So, I would say that, quite frankly, Davie County Schools is running in a very efficient manner, and they have been. And I think that my short answer to this is talking to educators about their ideas and how to enhance education.
Well, the first thing to keep taxpayers in mind is to ensure that our students are actually going to school, for one thing. In 2011, 2012, investigating, well, 2012, about the number of students that were out at Davie High every day in that school year. And I come to find out there were 60 students out of school every day in 2011, 2012 school year. So my focus would be on getting the students to the classroom by a number of ways. Is finding out what their problems were at the school. Is there a reason why they didn't go to school? Is it the curriculum that they're teaching? Is it bullying that they want to go to school? There's a lot of different entities in this question to enhance our education, but in order to enhance education for our students, we have to get them to good school. We have to get them in school, and I said this in 2012. Discipline is a key factor in home and at school. But the parents and the teachers, hands are tied as far as disciplining students now. The courts and the social services are working with the students than there were 40 years ago. We had truant officers. If you didn't go to school, you had truant officers at your door. So, to keep the taxpayers in mind, if we have students in schools, they're not out being mischievous and costing taxpayers dollars as far as lobbying or having car accidents or any kind of little, etc. So that's my view.
Okay, I've been watching or interested, or whatever word you want to put in that sentence, in our local politics, our local commissioner board, our local school board for about 12 years. Excuse me. And in that period of time, we have heard that Davie County schools rank within the top 10 or 15 of all school systems in the state. And that's great. I love it. My question is, why have we not improved that status? What are the top 5? What are they doing that we're not? Has anyone asked them, looked at what they're doing that we're not? It may be very inexpensive, may be very productive for Davie County. More so, more likely, more productive for our students. Our job as educators, whether it's on this board, a bunch of dumb old people, or the teachers in the classroom that's actually trying to inspire the children to learn, is to produce the best qualified, the best prepared adult when they leave Davie High School as we can. They have to be prepared to go out into a wild and woolly world, very competitive. You're not only competing with the other 115 or other 114 school districts in the state, you're competing with 50 states and 250 other countries. So our job is to give them as much knowledge as we can do that. other people are doing. That would be my number one. It may be free, it may cost some money, I do not know. The question is keeping the taxpayer in mind. Next thing I think of is, we talk about hiring the best teachers. I agree. Hire the best teachers, the ones that aren't the best, okay, whatever, that's not my decision to make. But we need to let the teachers do their job. Don't micromanage from Washington, from Raleigh, from Cherry Street, from the principal's office. Give them a job, hold them accountable, check to see that they're doing it, but let the teacher teach. When the requirements come out of, I think of Raleigh, I'm not sure, to where they're supposed to test the third grade readers reading every Wednesday, what a disaster. What a disaster for a third grader knowing that every Wednesday he has a test. When's the teacher going to teach? She has to hold her hand and calm them down and try to help them for that Wednesday. Let that teacher teach. Take feedback from the teacher, like Chad said. They are the ones that's interfacing. Nobody in Washington or Raleigh or in Cherry Street is interfacing with a child like that child's teacher. Next, something that we have not seen, and I have never seen, coming out of the school board, is a request for funds to increase the supplement for our teachers. We complain that we underpay our teachers. When has anybody ever requested an increase in supplement for our teachers? Raleigh pays their base salary. Knoxville or David County pays a supplement. That, that's not a small amount, but if we can keep and retain and recruit better graded teachers, we're going to have better grade of students coming out of Davie High. Those are just a couple thoughts.
We need wireless next time. Okay. You know, for about 15 years, I worked for a Freightliner truck manufacturing plant. Management always had this great idea. Engineers had great ideas. Some that worked great on their computers. But when you got out there on the shop floor putting a truck together, it may have worked on their computer, but it didn't work in real life. And so, but they never did involve the worker until they had to. And I think in education, we've got to look at where does education start? It's right there in the classroom. I don't care how much education you got. I don't care if you're sitting on Cherry Street, sitting in Raleigh or Washington, D.C. You don't have all the answers. Teachers go right there in that classroom. They deal with that battle day in and day out. When my wife was a teacher at Davie County High School, I didn't just have 3 children. I ended up having over 120 children because she brought her work home with me. And these teachers bring these work home. They're dealing with stuff that teachers in the past didn't have to deal with. There's so much stuff going on in our society today that, only those teachers can answer those questions. So we've got to listen to our teachers. I've been going out to our schools. I've been talking to our teachers, learning what they're going through. And it's not easy. For what they're getting paid, it's not easy at all. I went with my brother right here. I believe that we do need to look at an increase for our classroom teacher supplements. We need to give them. If we're going to keep good teachers, we're going to have to pay them. It won't be much, but we can increase their supplement. It'll be a little bit to help them in this tough economy, because they're dealing with this economy just like the rest of us are. I also believe that we need to take our teachers' assistants and we need to reinstate those back to the positions we did have here just a few years back. Because those teacher assistants are also very important in those classrooms. Very important. These elementary grade teachers, they've got to have that help. They're dealing with issues before. They're dealing with different social classes of kids. They're dealing with kids who can't even speak English. They're dealing with kids who can't even hold a pencil, much less know how to write their name. If we're going to put education first in our county, then we've got to start in the classroom. We've got to invest in that classroom. We've got to give those teachers, give them an increase in that supplement. We've got to enforce it and bring those teacher assistants back to where they was and bring more if we need to. Because if we don't get our kids at the elementary school level, we're in trouble, folks. We're in trouble.